I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you have any bad habits?
I think everybody has bad
Well,
habits.
like, give me an example, like biting fingernails, stuff like that.
I do have a habit of biting my fingernails when I'm tired.
Now, and how do you bite your fingernails? This is the follow-up question. Do you bite the actual nail or do you bite the skin around the nail?
So it's more of a kind of whittling down an annoyance thing with me. Like I'll feel something, like I don't bite my nails in the sense that, I bite my nails. But if I feel something like a loose piece of skin or maybe a little bit of, I don't know, sticky out part, I'll pick at it until I don't feel it anymore. But more often than not, all that does is cause it to bleed, or I pull at a cuticle or pull at something that causes it to get sore the next day or get minorly infected or something like that.
Minorly infected. Wow, okay. I've never had that happen, but
I think you might have and you just don't realize it. Like if it gets sore and swollen a little bit,
that's a minor infection.
that's a minor infection.
Wow, okay.
If you can like push on it because it feels like puffy and stuff, and you can have like pus come out at the nail.
Well, okay, so the pus never can't comes out. I would say that's a major infection.
No, it's a minor infection. It's just a small little thing, and then it relieves the pressure, and then it's not much different than when something's ingrown or something like that.
I always wondered about, the to your point about like peeling it until the cuticle would come off or something. I always have an image in my head of like, well, what happens if I peel it and it like it stays together, it doesn't detach, and so you have this string of skin that keeps peeling off slowly over the course of your whole body. It's like a piece of yarn that you're unraveling that somebody's knitting.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, but it's something I think about
Okay.
every now and then.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, not like in a torturous way, not anymore anyway.
Right. That's good then. So yeah, I think
That's your main one.
that's my main one. I think.
Do you bite your toenails?
No.
I don't know. Some people do that, right? I don't, but I know that's a big deal. It's fingernails and toenails, probably evenly split. Depends how flexible you are about, let's say you're outside and you don't have your hand available to bite the fingernails. Are you willing to take your shoe off and potentially your socks off and bring up your foot to bite the toenails in public?
I mean, first of all, like I said, I don't. It's only something when I'm like tired at nighttime and just sitting there, watching something or whatever. It's only when I'm tired. When I'm awake, I'm fine. It's like a weakness thing or something like that.
It happens. That's the other thing. So when you're tired, there's a certain, I think, hormone or chemical that's released that causes hunger as well. That's why, like, if you stay up late enough, you feel hungry.
Mm,
And so some people they'll end up eating in the middle of the night because they can't sleep, and that's partially, or depending on your situation, that could very well just be completely caused by this stress hormone or chemical. I always forget what it is. There's probably some sort of something that's released if you don't get enough sleep in the middle of the night that causes that. To your point, the tiredness is a symptom of that.
I always just kind of figured it was like a breakdown of control when you're tired.
So this would be your natural state. Like if you lost all control, you would be biting your fingernails.
Well, it's like strength or energy or anything like that. Once your body starts getting tired, or some faculties start to, deteriorate a little bit. And I always just kind of figured that kind of control is one of them because I used to bite my fingernails as a kid, so I don't do that anymore. Like I said, I just kind of figured it was like a remnant of that. Get tired and that level of control disappears a little bit. But you're right. Maybe it's just a chemical or whatever thing.
Well, yeah, but still, it's all the same thing, right? The control is you're controlled by chemicals. My problem is chewing on my t-shirts. When I get stressed, I do that. And when I was younger, I was doing it often. So older t-shirts would have holes where the collar is because I would just chew on them, and it does happen. I notice when even nowadays when I'm stressed, when I got
Oh,
anxiety of
interesting.
some sort. Yeah, so I don't bite my fingernails in that way. I do bite the skin around them, not in the same way. I guess I get what you mean by you want to smooth it out, but for me it's mostly like if there is skin to latch on to, then you can kind of see that if you like ever take a hot shower, and you know how sometimes your fingers would prune up if you're in there long
Right.
enough,
Yeah.
and so you can kind of see where the bite marks are.
Mm, okay.
But nothing about fingernails, because it's a pain in the ass for me if I bite the fingernail and it like sheaves, or what is it, cleaves off, and then it's really jaggedy. I hate that. So a stopping point. Like, no, you got to remember, it's going to feel even worse if you do that. But that's all because of stress. I don't think that's anything. It's not when I'm tired, I believe. It's mostly something stressful going on.
So your bad habits are mostly stress related, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't have any bad habits unless you're stressed out?
Well, I mean, bad habits. I mean, gambling, I guess, could be a bad habit, but let's not put it in there. No, I don't actually gamble for real. Genshin is my only gambling outlet right now.
That's right, just Genshin. Just
Just
loot
Genshin.
boxes.
Just loot boxes.
Gotcha or whatever.
They're gambling, I guess, according to the European Union, but I like to think in the American way where it's not gambling.
That's just because it makes it easier for you to justify.
Exactly. I'm all for that.
Yep. Well, that's good then.
And the drinking, that's, I guess, another bad habit, but I've cut down on that.
Well, drinking's not really a bad habit unless you make it an actual habit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I say I cut down. It's amazing. I haven't actually bought alcohol in a very long time now. I'm proud of myself. I have completely replaced it with Monster Energy drinks.
Well, depending on how many Monster Energy drinks you drink, that could be also a bad habit.
No, see, I've cut that down to at most 3 a week, so I'm good.
Oh, that's
I'm
pretty
as
good.
healthy as the next millennial.
Oh, there you go. Now we know some bad habits.
I know some people bite their hair, chew their hair, but I know like neither of us have long enough hair for that. But man, that must be a pain in the ass though. Yeah. Let's say you have the hair, but then it becomes uneven if you end up biting it enough to chop it off at certain parts. And then you just get even more stressed probably.
Yeah, I can't imagine biting through my hair.
You either have to have the endurance to do it or just very sharp teeth.
I can't imagine like willfully putting my hair in my mouth at all.
You don't? I would do that, I think. At some point I had very long hair, right? So I would do that, but I wouldn't be biting it. I would be just like, just holding it in my mouth. Because, it tastes good.
Well, no, that's gross. But I just think like, even sucking it, I think sucking it is maybe probably a little more common than biting it. But biting through it's a whole different like level of that.
You're like an animal to do that.
I just can't imagine just even wanting to put like, if I get hair in my mouth, I hate it.
I know what you mean. If you get a little bit, if you get one strand of it, it's a pain in the ass. But if you have a whole bushel of it, it's not that bad. Maybe it's like, when there's a pebble on the road and you step on it, and if you're not wearing shoes, it probably hurts. It's uncomfortable. But if there's 100 pebbles or 1,000 pebbles,
then it's still uncomfortable.
No,
Yes.
Have you ever walked on like
That's
a beach?
bad example.
On a beach with, or no. Let's think about this. The playgrounds that used to have like, instead of sand, they would have these very tiny pebbles.
Yes.
And that would be like the safety net, I guess, if a kid falls off the swing.
Right.
So if you step on that in your bare feet, it's fine. You don't feel anything painful. But if you take one of those pebbles and you put it somewhere flat and you step on it, it does feel painful. That's what I mean by if you take a little bit of hair in your mouth, just like one strand or two.
Yeah, but that's just physics. That's just distribution of force.
So maybe it's the same thing for the hair. It's the distribution of disgust.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't know. I just can't imagine putting a bunch of hair in my mouth.
You got to try it sometime. I don't know.
No,
next time
I
you
don't
get a
have
haircut,
long enough hair to do that.
No, but next time you get a haircut, you save the trimmings.
No.
You start chewing on them at some point. Why not? Taste test on the stream or on the podcast if you want. I'm fine with that. We had the Red Bull taste tests. We can have the hair taste tests.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not tasting my hair. I'm not taking clippings from my barber.
How often do you go to the barber, by the way?
Not very often.
I cut my own hair, so I'm all set.
Well, yeah, when you're bald, you can just shave it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Shave it every day or every other day or whatever it is.
But even then, you could use a trimmer if you didn't want to fully shave. I used to do that.
There was a point in time for, I don't know, about a year or something like that, when my grandma first passed away, because she was a barber. So for 33 years of my life, the only barber I ever had was my grandmother. Even when I went to school, I wouldn't get my hair cut till I, came home, because it wasn't usually that often between things. But when she first passed away, I was like, oh, now I got to deal with a barber.
Got to find a new barber.
Which is like really weird, because it's like, on multiple levels is really weird, because A, you got to find somebody who kind of will figure out what looks best for you, I suppose. And B, now all of a sudden I'm paying for something that I never had to ever consider paying for in my entire life, which is also sucks. So there was a period of time there for about a year, maybe a little longer, where when my hair got too long, I did just buzz it all off, and I just let it grow back in.
I remember that. I think I remember seeing you like that.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of approached it for a little while, but then it kind of comes in not the way you want it to, and there's like kind of an awkward period. I was like, well, I think I'm better off just going to get a haircut, and so I do. Usually it's Supercuts or something like that.
But it's always the same haircut.
I just tell it and that's the other awkward thing too, is I don't know how to tell them, because they always go like, what kind of haircut do you want? I'm like, I don't know, just make it shorter. Like,
You got to tell them a celebrity, like, I want the Tom Holland, something like that.
I'm not ever gonna say that, but I just say like, business casual, whatever that means to you.
That's such a weird thing to say. Business casual. I mean, that's such a range of definition.
I don't know. That's
For
what I say to
clothing
them. I don't know what the
especially,
to
too.
say to them. So I just say business cat. Just make it shorter. How short do you want it? Oh, fuck. They just keep asking questions. Like, I hate going to the barber. I hate it. They go, how short? How short do you want it? And I'm like, I don't care. Just like, don't do a buzz cut, because I can do that at home.
Just a few millimeters above a buzz cut.
They're like, oh, well, we'll start at 3 inches and we'll go. What is that? I don't know what 3 inches looks like on my head. Just fucking cut it.
3 inches is it's pretty long. Good for you.
Whatever they say. I don't know what they say.
Presumably it'd be in centimeters if it's in Canada.
I'm going to close my eyes but that doesn't mean anything. I'm going to close my eyes, and in 15 minutes, I'm going to open them up, and you can show me what you've done. All right?
It only takes 15 minutes? Damn.
They're really fast. They're really fast.
Super.
I'm actually surprised.
I thought you'd be sitting there for like 2 hours.
They work on like 15-minute blocks, right? So they don't give you a lot of time.
What if they accidentally slice you? Like, what if they accidentally slice your ear off? That takes
Then
longer
they're
than
gonna get
15
sued.
minutes. Well, okay, but you still have to fill out the paperwork and stuff at the time. Get you to the hospital and so on.
I'm sure it's not a hard 15 minutes, but like...
Or I thought it would be. I thought it was like, no, we're done. Half your head is not shaved. Half you're bleeding. You got your ear on the ground.
What do you do what if a woman comes in and she needs it dyed and she needs it cut and it's got to be washed?
Well, they send her off on their way.
Like it's an hour. It's an hour. For somebody like me, it's like quick. It's just in and out, like 15 minutes.
They should honestly combine fast food and haircuts. You go to a fast food place, somebody's cutting your hair right then and there.
Sure.
Then you get the hair trimmings in your food, just like we talked about.
Yeah. So now my only issue with the barber is, well, it's not my only issue. It's just another one. Is that one of the barbers have done this thing. It wasn't the first barber. It was the second or third time I went or something like that. They've done this thing where they've left this like longer piece of hair, this longer strip of hair in the front.
Like one hair
Not like
follicle?
one hair,
or?
but just like they've cut it in a way that like leaves a longer
Oh, okay. Stylish.
start on
It's
it. But
it's like
it just ends
a
up
rat
looking
tail
like
in front of your face.
No, it's not a rat tail. It just ends up looking like an emo.
Oh, okay. They were going for something there.
It just goes down on the side of my head, and it's just like, I don't know. It just reminds me of like an emo haircut.
But it's not in front of your eye. One of your eyes, right?
If I didn't like push it to the side, it would be.
It would be. Oh, okay. So they really wanted you to be emo.
Like once it gets long enough, I don't know why they did it. I don't know if it's just because I have not balding, but like I got a kind of a weird.
You got a Vegeta, right?
I've got like not even a widow's. She's got a widow's peak, but like not even a widow's. I don't even know what I would even say. It's just a very weird like hairline. So I guess that particular stylist has decided that that's the best way to cover it up, and they might be right. But it just, unless I like style it, and I don't really like to style it because I don't like to
gel
wash
it?
my hair every day. No, I used to gel it, but I don't.
You should just gel it fully back so it looks like.
Because I don't like to wash my hair every day, so I don't want to style it because then I have to wash my hair every day.
No, you can keep the gel in there for more than 24 hours. Yeah, you can.
No, because I still take a shower, so.
Well, you put one of those hair caps on, hair nets, or no, whatever they're called, shower caps.
No, I think would be gross.
Why?
To keep the gel in your hair.
And then you
for more
sweat
than a
it
day?
out.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's
the
gross.
gel mixes with your natural sweat. That's how they used to get the mousse back in the days. You know, the greasers. That's how they get that nice, shiny coat of hair. It was all just grease, all their natural bodily fluids, whether it's spit, mucus. I guess it could have been poo as well.
It looks fine if I style it, but most of the time I don't like to style it. But anyways, so ever since that barber has left it, ever since that barber has done that, every barber does it.
Because they see it. They're like, man, you look good with that.
So I kind of hope like one of these times the barber's going to see it and like get rid of it.
Why don't you just cut it off yourself? Just take some
No,
scissors,
I'm not
trim
going to
it.
do that because I have
Boom.
no idea what that's going to look like.
Why don't you do it right before you go to the barber? Right in front of them. Do it right in front of them as a show of protest.
Yeah, there
and
you
then
go.
stick it under their nose.
There you go. But I go maybe. So I wait because I hate going to the barber. I wait. Like I know people that go like once a month. I know people that go every other week.
What about ones that go every day?
No, I don't know anybody who goes every day. That would be stupid.
I would like to meet that person. I think they would be either very
Nobody
fascinating
goes
or
every
very
day.
scary.
Nobody goes every day.
Maybe just to chat. I don't know. Maybe just to chat.
If you're an actor or something and you're doing a movie or whatever, yeah, I can see you getting a trim every day or so, but nobody's going every day. Unless, like you just said, unless it's just a chat or something like that, which is...
Yeah, catch up on gossip. I feel like barbers, stereotypically, they're the ones who gossip, right? They'll hear stories from the people who are their customers, and then they'll pass on those stories to the next customer. It's like a game of broken telephone.
Sure. But, so I don't go... I go maybe like once every 3 or 4 months.
Wow, that's good. Once a quarter.
I go once it gets long enough that I just hate it. That's when I go. So I have to go like in the next week or two.
That's why they put the emo cut on you, because you probably have that hateful look about you because you're about to get your hair cut after waiting for so long. Maybe you should try going a bit more frequently. Maybe once every 2 months.
No, I'm not doing that.
And you'll have a different outlook on your hair.
No, I'm not doing that. I do it when it gets long enough that I can't stand it, and I can't stand the way it looks, and I've about reached that point.
Why don't you wear one of those, what do they call them? Like a headband? Yeah, a headband. So that your hair is propped up like people used to do in the 80s.
No, not doing that.
You wouldn't want to do that? Oh, I don't know. I used to wear one of those.
I don't ever remember you wearing a headband.
I probably never wore it in high school because, you'd be worried for your life. Like, oh my God, people are going to bully me. But I would wear it at home.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And out and about.
Anyway, so I got to go soon because I have to get a new driver's license and health card picture because mine expired 7 months ago. And I just realized this week. I've been driving with an expired license for the last 7 months. 8 months, I guess. What are we on, 9? 8 months.
Well, that's fine.
And my health card is also expired. But I'm like, who cares about the health card? Like, what are they going to do? They're going to see, if I go into the doctor's office or the hospital or whatever, and say I've like cut my finger off or something like that.
Yeah, from biting
chewing
it.
my nails. Yeah. And I cut my finger off and, they ask you, I want to see your health card. Oh, well, it's expired. We can't help you. Go home.
Take your finger with you, you dirty animal.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we don't want it. Can you at least take my finger and dispose of it for me?
Put it on ice?
It's only for people with a health card, with a valid
You
health
make
card.
me sick.
Like, I just don't get, like, they're going to deny you health care because
They would.
I don't have
they
a
would do
valid
that.
health card.
There's enough people that would do that.
But that's absolutely crazy because
Now, you know what they would do? They would probably just charge you for the hospital visit.
that's still stupid. Like,
It is. It is. Absolutely.
I don't get, like, I'm obviously I'm a citizen of Canada. That didn't suddenly go away because my health card expired.
But they don't know that. They don't know that you're a citizen of Canada. You could be an
But they do.
imposter
If I
with an
had a health
expired
card,
Yeah, but it's an
I
expired
had a
one.
health
It could be
card-
fake.
so what? It
You
could
know
be
what I
fake.
love?
could have a fake valid one.
I love that about the expiry business. I love that, like, you can, let's say it's a day past expiry, and let's say you visited the place the day before and it was all kosher, they took it, no problem. The next day you come in, it does happen where you show it to them like, oh, no, we can't take it, it's expired, it could be fake. I was just here with it yesterday. And it's to your point. I hate that. I hate that they like have to expire these things. It's insane to me.
But I can see it for a business kind of thing, and I can see it for a passport. Like, what's the purpose of having to renew your health card? Like, it's not the only purpose I can see realistically is like they want to make sure you're not using. I guess it goes to the fake thing. They want to make sure you're not using somebody else's health card because I don't know. I guess in the 5 years, I think that's how long they last. The 5 years that you have a valid health card, you can maybe change enough that you don't look like your picture. So who's to say like you're not using somebody else's health card and you're just passing it off like, oh, I've changed enough. But even that's kind of flimsy. Like,
you can change in a day. I can start wearing a mustache. I can like change my hair color.
Right. But that's the point. Like, if you change from one day to the next, that's whatever. There's nothing you can do about that. But at least if your health card expires every 5 years, at least there's this window where you have to kind of re-up things so that you look like yourself.
They at some point they didn't even have photos on the health cards. This was a long
No,
time
I know.
ago.
I used to have an old health card that didn't have a photo on it. I had it forever. Like I had it like my entire life until these new ones came in. Maybe not even 10 years ago. And so one time I did go in and they're like, oh, you need the new health card. Well, I don't have the new health card. And they hole punched it. They hole punched it and said, if you come in again with this, so that they knew.
We're
Said,
gonna
if you
murder
come in
you.
again with this, we're gonna deny you or whatever. I can't remember what they said, but
We're gonna indirectly murder you.
yeah. So like you have to go get a new health card, and I'm just like, I just don't understand why. Like, I don't get it. Like I said, I can get it for a passport. I can get it for something that you use at a store or something like that. But
I think it's because it is a business because like that's how they charge the government. They'll use the health card and somehow it goes into the system, and that's how the actual cost of the service is charged against the taxes.
right, but again, what does that have to do with it expiring?
I don't know, but to your because you said like for business purposes, if effectively it becomes a business now. The way that it's
Right.
processed.
No, but what I'm saying is for like business purposes, like, oh, if you have like a discount card or something
oh,
like that.
I see. Yeah.
Like I don't know what situation you were.
Well, it is a
specifically talking
discount.
about,
It's 100% discount for the services, the health services in Canada.
but again, I'm already a Canadian. Like one way
but
or
they
another.
don't know.
Get...
They don't know that you're Canadian. That's
I
the
have
problem.
a health card. I have a health. They ask you for ID. They ask you for a health card. I show them my driver's license. Like I can show them any piece of information. I can give them they ask you for your social security, your social insurance number. Every piece of information I give them at the doctor's office proves I'm a Canadian citizen. So what difference does it make if my health card is expired? I don't understand it. Like, and I get healthcare as a business to a degree, but not like that. Like I said, like a store is like, oh, you expired yesterday. We want to make some money off of you here at this point. And that's the only reason I could think like why the health card would do it. But it doesn't make sense because even if it's expired, I'm sure, and you say, oh, maybe they charge you. I actually don't know what the consequence is. I'm sure I can like push it through a debt collector. There's probably some avenue I can push it through so that it's free again, even with the expired health card, because that's just a right that we have here.
You got to fight this. You got to go Aaron Brockovich on their ass.
I'm gonna see if I can Google it.
Ah.
Why do Ontario health cards expire? I hate this AI thing that pops up at the top of Google.
You don't think it's accurate?
I don't like it amalgamating information. Well, yeah, it probably is not accurate, but also it like amalgamates information from various sites, and then you run into an issue where some of it might be accurate, but then it also may be pulling information from fucking healthcardrenewalconspiracy.com.
Well, from Reddit.
And throwing that and
It just has to go from Reddit.
From Reddit, yeah.
It's going to take the top most voted comment on, why does my health card expire? And this top most rated comment is probably this conspiracy nut. And that's the thing it's pulling.
Yeah, and that's what it pulls, yeah.
Isn't that great? It's what the popular opinion is.
Like the actual Ontario website doesn't say. So where is it actually?
It's a conspiracy.
So where is it actually even pulling? Where's it actually even pulling this stuff?
You should just ask ChatGPT. I'm sure ChatGPT will tell you the truth.
Okay, so there's no charge to the process of providing insured services to individuals with invalid cards. So there goes your thing. They don't charge you if it's invalid.
That's amazing. So what's the point then? Why are you even bothering doing it?
That's what I'm saying.
Are they going to deny you service? You got to try this. You got to test this out.
I don't go to the doctors that much.
Well, cut your finger off.
Overly
Cut your
concerned
finger off. Go and test the waters and hope for the best.
Okay, hold on. Then 2 paragraphs down, it says, if a patient presents without a health card or with an invalid card, a provider may charge the patient for services.
May. Keyword may.
Yeah, but the very first line in this section says there's no charge to the process of providing insured services to individuals with invalid cards.
So I think if you go to the government and you need some service that uses the health card, they'll let you in. They'll let you get the service for free. But if you go to a clinic that is, run by people who use the health card for financing, but are otherwise private.
Oh, I see. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. It goes on to explain that they may charge you, but if you get your health card, they can retroactively properly bill it to OHIP so that you don't have to pay for it.
So it's like an insurance where it's like you'll pay out of pocket and then you'll send it off to the insurance.
I guess.
Or when you tell them as a follow up that here's my insurance, please retransact onto them.
But I guess that indirectly also answers the question of why does it expire? Because you may no longer be eligible. Although again, which is what I said originally, but
You may no longer be a citizen, right? You might have been kicked out
in
of
which
Canada.
situation are you going to be ineligible
Treason.
for a health card?
You committed treason against Canada, and suddenly you can't go to you don't get free health care anymore.
I don't know. And then, they say, oh, it's for, like, this website, healthcardconspiracy.com, says...
Is that actually a thing? I thought you were kidding.
No, this is health quotes. It says healthquotes.com. I don't know what this is.
/conspiracies.
Importance of keeping your health card valid. One of it says identification, but the government, the Ontario government, at least the Ontario government, very specifically says you cannot use your health card for identification.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't get it. It drives me nuts. So anyways, I have to go renew my driver's license and health card.
I do think there's something weird with the health card, especially the fact that you can't use it as identification. I feel like there's something wonky with it, something they don't want us to know.
Doesn't. The only reason I could see it not being used for identification is because it doesn't have an address on it.
Well, neither does your passport.
Does not have your address on your passport?
No, it doesn't. Not unless you manually write it in, but that's never you're never obligated to do that, nor have I ever done that.
I don't know, because you have to go through all the official channels to get a health card. It's not like you can just mail in, healthcardconspiracies.com, and they'll send you a health card. Like, you have to go to the Ontario government. Like, you have to go to the same place you get your driver's license, where you get your health card, you go to a service center. So you're going through all the same channels. So why would it not be an acceptable form of identification? Like, I just don't get it. Some places will be like, oh, you need two forms of identification. One has to be like your driver's license or passport, and then the other one can just be like a credit card.
It's got your name on it.
But not your health card.
Yeah.
So
for reasons. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. #conspiracy.
It is #conspiracy. Yeah. So I'll have to see if healthcardconspiracies.com is taken. And
yeah, we gotta. I bet you it's not taken. I bet you it's actually available.
But so there you go. There's a big health card conspiracy on Ontario and Canada and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe the world. Maybe it extends past the borders of Canada. It could.
It might. So anyway, so my driver's license and health card both expired, and very much so, which is not a big deal for my health card. I don't really care, but it is kind of a big deal for my driver's insurance or my driver's license. And so normally you can do it online, but every second renewal, so I guess every 10 years. No, I think this one was 4 years. Oh, it's only 2 years? Oh, that's disappointing. So the driver's license expires every 2 years. Oh, but the health card is 5 years. But anyways, every second one you have to go in and get your picture taken. So I'm like, circle back around. I'm like, I gotta get my hair cut because I want to look proper in my picture. I don't want to look emo in my picture.
You know what the ironic thing would be? If you were to get a haircut and as you're driving to Service Canada to renew your driver's license with your prim new haircut, you get pulled over and arrested, and then you get a mugshot taken.
That wasn't lost on me. At least you
got your new haircut.
Because I noticed it last Wednesday, or this past Wednesday, so a couple days ago, and I said, it's just gonna be the pisser that I'm gonna get pulled over in the next 2 weeks while I'm in the process of getting, didn't have any problem in the last 7 months or 8 months or whatever. But I just know that in the next 2 weeks I'm probably gonna get pulled over.
It's Schrodinger's cat. It's where if you didn't look, nothing would have happened. But because you noticed it, suddenly the cat's out of the box.
The worst part is like now you're like hyper aware, right? So now I'm like hyper aware. So I see a cop and I go, oh.
Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at in my life right now.
Running from the cops.
Yep. It's annoying too because you got to go into the service center and get your picture taken. They're only open till, like post office. They're only open till 5 o'clock. So now you got to go in the middle of your work day, or you got to go on Saturday when fucking everybody else is going.
You should just take a day off. Just take a day off work and shift it to, I don't know, Sunday or something. Well, or just take an actual day off. I just know that you rarely do that.
I don't like to take days off. My boss always says that to me. Why don't you take days off? What am I going to do with a day off?
Well, you go and renew your driver's license. That's one thing.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, and then you play video games the rest of the day. Put it on a day where you have a marathon.
Well, that is usually when I take a day off, but
yeah, there you go.
But I don't want to wait. I'm not waiting that long. My next marathon's not till the end of the month.
You waited 8 months. What's another
I know, but
month?
now that I know, see, the thing is that now that you know, I gotta go take care of it.
No Canadian cop listens to this podcast. I can almost guarantee it. So
No, that's probably true,
safe.
and I don't think they're finding me if they do. But
They don't know your name. They're gonna
let's just say
stake
my
out your
information is up
house.
to date. I can tell you with absolute certainty that there are certain government things that I have not changed over to my new address.
Oh, fancy.
Not my health card or driver's license. Actually, my health card would be. I don't know if your license or if your address is tied to your health card. It's not on the health card, but I imagine it's got to be tied to it or something. But I would say that my address is not tied properly to my health card. My current address. It is to my driver's license though. But there are also other pieces that it's not.
Well, there we go. You're safe then. They'll never find you.
They'll never know. They have a grand choice of 2 places they can look, and they'll never figure it out. I don't think the cops are coming knocking on people's doors for an expired license.
You're on Canada's most wanted list now.
I'm just guessing that it's not something they're like, oh, I heard this guy in a podcast. He said he's got an expired driver's license. I got his full name. Let's fucking hunt
Lock
him
and
down.
load.
Yeah.
Calling SWAT.
Knocks my... Yeah, in 2 weeks on Tuesday, the fucking police... Listen, by the time this podcast airs, I'll have my driver's license, all right? Probably.
Or be in jail. Yeah, one of the two.
But not because of this podcast. So don't come knocking... My point is, don't come knocking down my door.
There's a time delay. He will have his license or have been already arrested. So don't worry about it, fellas.
That's right. Yeah, it's all going to have...
Put the
come out in the
battering
wash,
ram
man.
away. No need to get the big guns out.
My plan is to get a haircut like probably next Tuesday, and then either on the Friday or the following Monday, which would be when the podcast releases, right? It comes out on the 22nd, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe just hold off posting the podcast till the 23rd.
Most likely I will. I've been delayed by a couple days each time for the past couple podcasts.
There you go. So as long as you delay to the 23rd, I will have my driver's license.
There we
by
go.
then.
Perfect.
As long as the FBI or whatever isn't listening.
Ah, the FBI is
to
in
this
America.
audio
They don't
when
care. They don't care at all.
Well, as long as whatever the FBI equivalent is in Canada.
CSIS.
Okay, as long as CSIS doesn't, when I upload this podcast to the Google Drive, isn't stalking my Google Drive, we'll be all right. Speaking about illegal
Law and Order.
Law and Order, this week we watched Watchmen from 2009.
Watchmen. Yeah, Watchmen from 2009.
We watched Watchmen, and listen, I gotta tell you, because Wikipedia said it was like 2 hours and
Wikipedia's a dirty liar.
2 hours and 20 minutes or something. But I guess whatever I watched was like uncut or something like that. It was 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah. That's the ultimate cut. I was looking at the differences. I wasn't looking at the differences. I just wanted some anecdotal experience with the three versions. I guess it was theatrical director's cut and this ultimate cut. And apparently the ultimate cut was like the more slow burn, and some people complained about it. I watched it though because that's the one that I got first.
Yeah,
and
that's why I watched it.
It was 3.5 hours long. It was very, very long movie. But this movie also had one of the best quotes I've ever heard. Let me say it now.
Go for it.
Beneath me, this awful city, it screams like an abattoir of retarded children. And that's said by Rorschach. It was beautiful. When I heard that, I was like, I got to write that down. That's amazing. That's one of the best things I've heard. Abattoir of retarded children. You can't say that anymore. It's beautiful.
You can't.
But yeah, I aside from the fact that it was a very, very long movie, it was fine. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite superhero movie, but it wasn't like the way that I expected it would be. You know how you compared it to The Boys? I haven't seen The Boys, but any description I've read of it kind of makes me sick to my stomach. This one was not nearly like that.
Yeah, The
I'm
Boys
kinda
is very
thankful for
graphic,
that.
but that's not really what I was comparing. I really was just comparing it to, in the sense that you kind of see superheroes, which they're really not even superheroes.
But they do have super speed and strength, I would say, because like nobody can do what they did and just be a normal
Well, especially
person.
Ozymandias wasn't. He was like very fast and very yeah, and Rorschach was too. I don't know, like they're not supposed to be superheroes though. Like as far as I know, they're just, other than Manhattan, they're just regular people.
And Rorschach was just very resourceful as well. You got to admit, he was my favorite character by far in this movie.
Yeah, he was definitely an interesting character. But they're not supposed to be superheroes though, so it's weird that the movie portrayed that, because I don't remember the comic books really portraying them that way.
Well, how did they portray the fight scenes? Because, like, again, I'm looking at
Just
it.
kind of like
They
basic back
infiltrate
and
the
forth.
jail, and then they have the two of them. What's her face and the guy.
I don't really remember the jail scene being this big fight thing. It might have been, but I don't think it was.
Okay, so they exaggerated it for the movie.
Yeah. And same with the Ozymandias fight at the end, where he just fucking rolled all three of them.
Yeah, and he caught a bullet with his hand. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not entirely. It's been a long time since I read that comic, and I kind of thought about it, not reading it, but maybe flipping back through it before the podcast, and I just decided against it just to see some of that stuff because it was kind of like, I don't remember it being like this. I think they movied it up.
Snyderized it.
Yeah, I will say that I was actually disappointed with one of the biggest plot points, which was when Ozymandias, so at the end, towards the end of the movie, it turns out that it's this big conspiracy where Ozymandias is bringing the world together, and he's doing it, he's framing people and he's blaming Manhattan and all that kind of stuff. So the way he does it is he creates these big, fusion events or something that make it appear like it was, and kills millions in New York's, in all the big cities and all that. So it makes it appear that, this was an attack from Dr. Manhattan and all that. In the comic book, he actually creates an alien that invades New York.
Oh, that's completely different.
Yeah. So they don't blame Manhattan in the movie. They come together because now all of a sudden there's an alien threat.
Ah,
Or they
okay.
think there's an alien threat.
Interesting.
But really it's Ozymandias who creates this alien who goes into New York, and then it gets killed. I think it actually might be Manhattan that kills it.
So Manhattan's a hero in the comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was done dirty in the movie.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I love that you can see his penis in every scene, though. It's hilarious. That blue
Yeah,
penis.
most of them, yeah.
Apparently, it's only in this cut. In the other cuts, you can't see the penis.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably for the better. They can cover him up. There were definitely scenes where he was covered up.
He was covered up in the parts where he has to be in public, but I guess on his own, he likes to let it fly, as a blue superhuman would.
Oh, okay. So what happened was it was a big like alien squid thing. So okay, no, Manhattan doesn't kill it. It just ends up dying. It sends out a big telekinetic blast and then dies immediately.
Oh my
That's
God.
pretty much.
I kind of think the movie did it better than, unless, of course, they write it better than what you've just described.
The thing is once you make Manhattan an enemy, you kind of have to. It's better that they don't make Manhattan an enemy, like because there is. I guess it was long after 2009. Like Watchmen never had a sequel until after 2009. Not having Manhattan be an enemy is maybe a more sensible way to go if you wanted to continue the series.
No, I mean, like, again, I have no reference aside from this movie for what the Watchmen are. And aside from kind of stilted dialogue and the fights kind of being I don't know. I thought the story was interesting. I thought the ending, the way that they kind of explain it all away, was done relatively well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as I know, the rest of the movie was the rest of the setup and conspiracy was all the same. He kills comedian at the beginning. He convinces everybody that Manhattan was giving cancer to his colleagues, so that Manhattan left as a show of empathy or whatever. He framed Rorschach at what's his name, Mole, whatever, at the one guy's apartment to get him tossed in jail. Then Night Owl and Silk Spectre break him out.
Oh, that's their names. That's right.
They find out Ozymandias was the guy that set it all up. By the time they get to him, it's already too late. I'm glad they put the dog in there. I was like, man, they better keep the dog in there because that's the other thing I remember from the comics.
Why? Did the dog have a bigger presence in the comics?
No, it was just, again, something out of the ordinary that I thought was fun.
I thought you saw this movie, though. You sound kind of surprised about
I
experiencing
don't remember the movie that well.
Maybe you also only saw the theatrical cut back then.
Yeah, I don't remember the movie that well. I mean, it all blends together. It's not like it was drastically different or anything like that. I would have watched the movie before I read the comic books. And then, like I said, the ending. I liked the idea of the alien over Manhattan. And it does seem to have some of its own little, maybe plot hole-esque kind of things. But yeah, the same thing. I mean, once you kind of, which I think is real. I mean, once an alien attacks something, even if it dies, now all of a sudden, as a world, you're going to be dealing with potential alien attacks. Once the first one comes, who knows?
It's not us versus them anymore. It's everyone versus extraterrestrials. That's what Independence Day taught us as well.
Right. So kind of the same theme, like, either you rally against the aliens or you rally against Manhattan. But I don't think there was any reason. I think the biggest thing with Manhattan was I think he was very, other than the cancer thing, I think he was very agreeable. Like the one thing I questioned was like, oh, they turned him into like a war machine. And I'm like, well, fucking why? Not why would the United States do that, but why would he go along with it?
Why would he participate in Vietnam, you mean?
Yeah.
Just blowing people up? Like, come on.
Yeah, like
so out of character.
he just seemed to be like he just kind of seemed to be like a happy-go-lucky scientist. And then all of a sudden, like,
he's popping heads.
He didn't seem this like murderous person. And I get he kind of loses his humanity over time. Like that's the big thing with him is now he's God, right? But even in that regard, like he didn't really lose his humanity till the point that we see in the movie. So he probably still has his humanity kind of.
Well, the fact that he was manipulated like that, then that means that he does have plenty of humanity left.
I mean, they do allude to it. Like Ozymandias said, like, he always portrays himself as being emotionless and all that, but I could see the emotions clear as day and all that. So he definitely had emotions, but I don't know. I just can't see him being that way. And then being like, oh yeah, for the United States, sure. Like I'm going to.
For Nixon.
Go pop heads and, yeah, for Nixon on his 5th term.
Oh, it's hilarious. Some of the
crazy,
the parallel universe,
timeline.
The alternate timelines that they put. I don't know. I laughed at some of that stuff.
Then they had that animated thing. That was only in the long one.
Yeah, that was only in the Ultimate Cut. It was a separate thing as well, I think. Before the Ultimate Cut was released, they actually had that as a separate animated series or short, whatever you want to call it.
But that was ripped right out of the comic books too. They just randomly had this short in the comic books that was completely unrelated.
It was an interesting story, all things considered.
Yeah, it was an interesting story.
Sad.
I think the whole thing is supposed to be kind of a parallel to Manhattan's plight, how he kind of survives on the back of humans and he's kind of lost his sense of self. I mean, they do it in a different way. I guess the creator really liked pirates or something like that, and so he wanted to put this into the book. But he tried to parallel it with what was going on in the movie to a degree, or what was going on in the main story to a degree. So it was interesting, but in hindsight, I'm like, I probably could have saved time by not watching that part.
Well, yeah, but that's why it's the Ultimate Cut. It's the last one you're ever going to watch.
Yeah, Ultimate Cut? I don't think so. Give me the basic again.
Give you the penultimate cut.
So one interesting fact I found out about Watchmen was it was directly responsible for everybody's favorite font.
Which one?
Comic Sans was created in part because of the Watchmen.
Because of the Watchmen graphic novel.
Comics, yeah. I guess the creator was just inspired by the graphic novel, and also in part by Batman, one of the Batman graphic novel.
Ah, okay. So those specific, because I mean, it was inspired by comic books.
So those specific
ones.
comic books. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So there you go. For everybody who
loves Comic Sans,
Comic Sans, you can thank the Watchmen for it.
Thank you, Watchmen. Hey, I have nothing against Comic Sans. It's really good for people with dyslexia.
I don't know why people don't like it. It's not like a terrible thing.
From a scientific perspective, if you look at people who are really into fonts, they can give you their reasons and they would be like scientifically just compared to like, let's say another font that has better, whatever you want to call them, statistics. But otherwise, I don't know. It's fine.
Okay, so I look at it like you're not using Comic Sans in a report or on
No, that's the thing. So sometimes it would be used in inappropriate places. Yeah, that was one of the. Remember, I talked about like where did I get the Marcel the Shell with Shoes on image from this Vsauce video. So he talks about that. He talks about like one of the reasons why people dislike Comic Sans so much is because when it was released, it was so popular that it would be used in places where it really shouldn't have been, like on a gravestone, on like leaflets for a business, that type of stuff, where it's like it's inappropriate in those contexts. But
sure,
that was the case even for other fonts.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There's 1,000 fonts that are inappropriate for
like papyrus,
those kind of settings. Yeah.
Good old papyrus.
Or wingdings.
Well, wingdings isn't even intelligible.
Doing a tombstone in wingdings.
Yeah, that's not even intelligible. At least the other ones, you can actually make out the letters.
I would do I want my tombstone to be in wingdings because I want people 1,000 years from now to be like, what language did this guy speak?
I mean, you should. Got to add that to your will or something so people know.
That's probably what the Egyptians did with their hieroglyphics.
Yeah, exactly. It's just wingdings.
It's their equivalent of Wingdings, and it just completely threw off everybody since then.
Yeah, exactly. They probably had a full-on alphabet and everything, but people just focus on the hieroglyphics. It's just the biggest prank ever.
That's right. So that's what I want to do when I die. Maybe I'll do a book. I'll put something in Wingdings on my tombstone, like my treasure is at this coordinate, and then it's going to be a book full of written in Wingdings.
Which will lead to something more.
Yeah, maybe it might lead to something
It's
more.
yet another video game idea where now all the clues are in Wingdings. It's like Hell is Us, but it's going to be all about Wingdings.
That's right.
Hell is Wingdings.
Exactly.
There we go. That's going to be the name.
Well, this or
Hold on, one more thing I'm going to say. I really liked Rorschach's trippy mask. I want to know how
I
they
don't know
did
how
it.
it worked because it wasn't. It didn't do it when it wasn't on his head.
Yeah, that's why
They,
it's
they
amazing.
showed a couple scenes where it wasn't anything, but as soon as he put it on his head, it started doing the flashy stuff. But I imagine just some sort of a technology or something that he had Owl make or something.
But still, it's like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have that in real life, to at least understand how you could make it. I'm sure you could nowadays. Like, you have LEDs and flexible LED screens. I don't know. Maybe you could do something. I just liked it. It was good. His character was well done. And the guy who played him was a good choice, I thought.
Yeah. So he was the guy who played the Freddy Krueger in the newest Nightmare on Elm Street too. So it was interesting, and especially some of the parts where he was more angry. I was like, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty menacing. You wouldn't want to get on his bad side.
I think the reveal, unfortunately, fell flat though, because in the comics they kind of constantly show this protester, this kind of crazy protester throughout the first half of the comics, that you just never realize who he is. He's just kind of almost a background character in those scenes, and they did do that in the movie once. I think it was the first interaction between the newsstand vendor and the comic book guy. He was in that scene.
No, they showed him a couple other times. He was spying on the lady and the guy. Again, I forget what their names are. But he was spying on the lady and the guy a couple times, following them. Once when they were going to the alley, another time when they were going to the house.
Right, but was it in a way that this guy's up to something?
Well, I mean, it was clear that he was like suspicious looking. He had the sign and everything.
Right. So in the movie, in the comic books, he was just there. Like he was,
okay.
They never drew
suspected.
attention to him. Yeah, they never drew attention to it. He was literally like, there were points where like he was rambling or something, in like a side panel or something like that, where he was, rambling, people were ignoring him and, making fun of him or whatever. But they never did anything that made it seem like he was Rorschach. So it was more surprising. It was like, that crazy guy is Rorschach. Whereas like in the movie, they didn't really build to that, other than the one scene. But if he was stalking them, I still feel like that took away from that too. So
he wasn't actively stalking. He wasn't looking through the window. He wasn't following them into the alley, but he was there, and he was, he looked at them as they passed by. First of all, I also saw a short at some point within like the last several months where it was the jail scene where he was like, he threw the hot grease or hot oil onto the guy. So I saw that short, so I knew he was Rorschach even from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like I was devastated. This is a spoiler. I don't really care. You would have guessed at the beginning anyway. But I thought it was well done anyway.
It was fine. I think it missed a little bit of the nuance of the comic books overall, but it was fine. It's not a particularly, I don't know. It's not really a superhero story. It's more of just a crime drama.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think I probably would have preferred to watch the shorter version, because I think I agree that there was a lot of stuff I was like, they could have cut this out. But obviously, and they probably did in the regular run.
Well, they definitely didn't have the pirate short.
Yeah, I know that wasn't in there. Short. Yeah.
I think they.
But there were other parts.
Well,
where
they
I
cut
was
the
like,
penis out as well. We know that.
Well, that's not anything, but
I don't know. That's a big deal.
They definitely didn't need the scene where the punks kill the old night owl.
Yeah, that was depressing.
They didn't do anything with that.
I wish they actually exacted some revenge on them, but
yeah, so it just kind of fell flat, really.
But I wonder if that was present if that wasn't present in the original cut.
I think it was I think it was in the comics. Yeah. In the original cut. Yeah.
Because that would have been good to exclude.
Yeah, and there was another part earlier, not much earlier than that too, where I was like, this doesn't need to be there. But yeah. Anyways, so this movie or What was your? Oh, Marcel.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes on. No, Marcel the Shell with Shoes on still gets my vote. But I'm not going to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I knew that it would be fine, this movie, but it was better than I expected. Aside from the length, I think it was pretty good. I'm not going to watch it again anytime soon, but if you put a gun to my head, I would be like, yeah, it's fine. We'll watch it. Don't shoot me.
And the other thing with Watchmen also is that they did an animated movie in last year, so that's maybe also worth checking out. And they also did a mini series in 2019 of it, which also had a lot of acclaim.
Plenty of Watchmen for your Watchmen needs.
Yeah, if you just want to watch the same story over and over again and just see how different things did it, but it'll probably mostly be the exact same story, told almost the exact same way, then you have lots of choices. And, of course, you got the comic book, and the comic book has a prequel called The Minutemen, and there were a lot of kind of one-off stories that were compiled as before Watchmen that kind of told different stories of the comedian, of Night Owl, all those characters, Ozymandias, Manhattan. Not much afterwards until kind of recently when they were trying to blow off the relaunch of the DC Comics, the New 52. So towards the end of that, they ended up doing a crossover where Manhattan comes into the DC universe because he can do whatever he wants. And I guess him and Superman fight.
That's impressive. Superman's got some competition.
Yep. Yeah, what happens when Superman meets God?
Now the real question though was Dr. Manhattan wearing underwear?
Probably. I don't know.
Did he steal Superman's?
It was DC, so. Yeah, there you go. Who knows? But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Ride Along as my top pick so far. All right, next movie.
Movie ranking database randomize. Hellraiser. There we go. Look at that. I wanted to watch Hellraiser. We get to watch it now.
I've watched this movie so many times. I finally get to take a day off.
Oh, okay. So you already know it well enough. Okay, good.
I've watched the entire Hellraiser series so much.
Well, it's good for me, though, because that was actually on my short list because people talk about Hellraiser. And I'm like, man, I really want to watch it. He looks like a fascinating hero, ?
Nope.
Damn.
The first Hellraiser is very different to the other Hellraisers, so it's.
Oh, wait a second! Oh no, this is the remake though. It's the 2022 one.
Oh.
You know what? Let's do a double feature. You don't have to watch the original, but I'm gonna watch the original and the remake, and then we'll talk about the two of them. And you have to watch the remake, obviously.
I've seen the remake.
Oh, you've seen both of them? Well, then there we go.
I've seen all the Hellraisers. There's like 8 Hellraiser movies. I've seen them all. There you go, double feature.
Better be
original.
good. He better be the best superhero ever.
I think you're not gonna like that. Actually, they're very different. I hesitate to even call it a remake.
Well, whatever. The point is, it's 2022. It has no subtitle. It's just called Hellraiser. But I know the original is from the 80s or 90s, early 90s.
Long, long time ago. Yeah. So there we go. We're foraying into the horror genre again.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's been pretty nice. It's been consistently positive, I thought.
Yeah, it's been good. These ones are interesting. Interesting characters. Interesting. The premise is very fucked up. Not the premise, but what the backdrop is.
Well, it has to be with a superhero like
It's not a superhero.
This Pinhead guy.
On the surface, this is the kind of movie that I think you would enjoy.
On the surface.
I don't even know if you would seriously enjoy it, but given your character, I think it fits you. Because these creatures are beings that exist in between pain and pleasure, who are seeking the ultimate supernatural line, I guess. I don't know the exact. I'm sure there's a way to actually say it that makes sense, but they were creatures that came about because they were bored with the human experience. So they found a thing and they go on to find, and that's what the whole premise of the whole series is people getting caught up in this, where they're trying to find the ultimate pain/pleasure experience, and they've become these creatures in the meantime, and then they exact that on other people. So I say it because a lot of the characters, it's not just Pinhead, but every movie has different side creatures, and they're all kind of based in some extremist sexual/pain thing. So everything, even the pins, he's got the pins on his head because it's just a different level of pain, a different level of feeling. but you get ones that are like, bound and gagged and all this really weird stuff. I'm not saying you're into that. I don't know if you are, but uh, but I'm just saying it's just this really weird. It's just this really weird
BDSM
fucked up
character. Is that really what you think of me?
I think your character is weird enough that like they do it in a very horror-esque way. So like whatever, but so maybe that's not where it'd be copacetic with you. But it's just in theory you like to do this extreme stuff, and that's really weird. And this is like I said, on the surface it's a horror movie, but it's really weird once you dig into it. So
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
I'm not exactly sure we'll like, because at the end of the day it's a horror movie, so I don't think you're too big on those, right? But
I mean, again, I have nothing. Remember, I watched what was it called?
Yeah,
what was
Sinister.
the name? Sinister, yeah. And I watched VHS. Nothing against them.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything again. I'm not saying you don't hate them, but
yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan of horror movies. I don't even know what genre I would say I'm the biggest fan of. I guess it would be like adventure films. But if you show me a good movie that's entertaining, it doesn't matter what genre it's from.
Like I said, I don't think these are going to top your charts, but
it's not going to topple Marcellus Shell with shoes on.
Yeah, there's a large part of me that's dreading the conversation in 2 weeks.
Okay. Look forward to it, I guess.
Yeah,
listeners.
Yep, there you go. Anyways, on that note, why don't you tell us about the word of the fortnight?
This podcast's word of the fortnight is shoal. SHOAL. It's a noun, and it's a place where a sea, lake, or river is shallow. And then the other definition is a sandbank or sandbar just below the surface of the water. And my example is Snobby Shoals is a point of interest in Fortnite. And as you can guess, I got this word from Fortnite just because I was landing there many, many times. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell does shoal actually mean?
Fortnite is
It's teaching me words now.
Fortnite's teaching words. There you go.
Pop
Fortnite
culture,
is officially entered.
Literacy, everything. It's the best game for kids.
Yep. Fortnite has officially reached the status of edutainment.
It is, absolutely.
All right. Let's listen to some Pokemon sounds really quick here. Do 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 do. Here we go. We're on round 19. In round 19, Pokemon 47 went up against 82, and 47 lost. Here's what it sounded like. Nice,
it's a
gentle bird.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Or so you think.
Not at all.
It's called Marshadow.
Yeah, it's just a little baby, like a soot-covered
baby. It's a little
baby.
ghost baby. Yeah, yeah. It's fighting somehow. Fighting ghost. I can see the ghost. I don't know if I see the fighting.
You can see it in the eyes. It's ready to box. Wow, it's actually got 5 fingers. That's so rare to have 5 fingers on a drawn character. 4 plus a thumb.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's just a little ghost baby with red eyes and covered in soot. And it chirps. And apparently it was the last Pokemon in the Alola Pokédex in Sun and Moon.
So it's that generation's Mew.
Yeah, more or less. That's before. Yeah, but the Pokédex has gotten all fucked up since then. So it's hard to say for sure. But yeah, you could equivalate. You could equivalate them. In that
equivalate.
sense.
That's a good word.
I don't know if that's I don't think that's a real word.
In the movie I Choose You, it is associated with Ho-Oh. Maybe Ho-Oh burns it to a crisp, and that's why it's soot covered.
Wait, how?
I have no idea. It just says that on Bulbapedia.
It just says it's associated with Ho-Oh. What does that mean? Are they business partners or
yes, probably.
lovers?
Maybe lovers. I wouldn't go that far. I think that's probably going to get somebody canceled.
It's just a Pokemon. Pokemon and a bird. Well, they're both Pokemon, but a bird Pokemon with a baby Pokemon. It's capable of causing nightmares. It can shape, shift, and stretch out its arms.
So that's how it boxes.
And while apparently it can be corrupted by Ho-Oh's rainbow feather. So I guess this is how they...
Corrupted? What does that even mean?
I don't know, but it can take control... While corrupted by the rainbow feather, it can take control of countless Pokemon with the power of its shadows. So I guess it can take control of Pokemon. Oh, you know what's so funny? At the Nintendo, not funny, but, now that I know more about these Pokemon, I'm like, oh, wow. At the Nintendo Direct yesterday, they announced a new Pokemon game, which is like a slice of life builder-esque game, and you play as a Ditto that turns into a human, and then you befriend Pokemon to help you build and whatever. I don't get the full scope of it just quite yet, but
And you have relationships with humans as well?
no, there's no humans in it. Doesn't look like.
Oh, why would you become a human then?
I don't know. I don't know. But the opening scene of it was the Pokemon that can spawn Pokemon through its rings,
Oh yeah, okay,
and it
classic.
spawned the Ditto, and then the Ditto transformed into a human for whatever reason. But I was like, oh yeah, now I get that. I thought I would point that out. They're using it. They're using him in video games to spawn Dittos to create.
Humans.
He's creating video games now. That's what's happening. He's creating video games now. This Pokemon spawning Dittos that turn into humans that befriend Pokemon and then create a video game together.
Isn't Ditto just like the most powerful Pokemon then to be able to turn into anything, even humans?
But he turned into a human with a really messed up face. You know the way Dittos.
Yeah, but still, you just put a mask on and you're fine.
That's true.
Or you just give some
But
excuse.
he probably can't talk.
Oh yeah, okay, that's why. Yeah, that'd be creepy. I can imagine a horror movie where a bunch of like it's humans, but it's just Ditto-looking humans that are walking around. Oh man, the uncanny valleyness.
So there we go. That's Marshadow. And Marshadow lost to 82.
See, this is a horse. It's got to be a horse.
And his name is Glassstrier.
Okay, thank God. For
And it is
once,
indeed an ice horse.
and it does sound icy.
Yeah, it does sound icy. So this is actually a good one then, because it sounds just like if you had to listen to that and say what kind of Pokemon is that, you would say an ice horse.
Hold on. You're gonna love this. Glassstrier can be ridden with Calyrex, using the Reins of Unity to become
that's right.
Ice
He's
Rider
one of the-
Calyrex.
Yep. He's one of the horses that Calyrex rides.
That's right. There we go. And there he is. He's sitting on it. What is he doing some sort of salute? Oh no, he's just holding the reins. Oh, thank God. If you cover it looks like he's doing a salute of some sort. No, Calyrex, don't do that.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro? There you go. So we finally found there's two, right? I don't think we did the other one yet.
Yeah, hopefully it also sounds like a horse. I do remember a couple more.
Yeah, it's got it's got one more. It's got the Shadow Horse. Got a Shadow Horse. Spectrier. So Glassstrier and Spectrier. But 82 got knocked out in the second round. So it didn't go that far. It was a good sound, but not quite good enough. And in round 20, 58 went up against 71, and 71 lost, and here is 71. And that's Raikou. That's Raikou from Gen 2. One of the legendary horse, cat dog things, whatever they are. What are they, dogs or?
I don't know. Guinea pigs, shaved guinea pigs.
That's right.
It's so eclectic. It like the way it looks is just insane.
I like the way it looks.
I know you said you liked the way it looks before. I don't know. It looks so weird to me.
I don't know. It's got like a purple cape.
It's got a mustache.
It's got a blue star-esque mustache. It's got like an armadillo faceplate.
And tusks. Actually, the faceplate looks like it comes from a Kangaskhan.
And then he's got the blue tail with the star at the end. But the really messed up one is he's got an alternate form. Oh yeah, it's got a Paradox Pokemon alternate form called Raging Bolt, which he's turned into like a giraffe thing, and his cape has turned into a neck braid, like one of those cones that you put on your cat at the vet. That's a terrible form. I hate that. I hate everything about that.
You know what it looks like, actually? If you squint and blur your eyes a little bit, it looks like those tall necks from Horizon Zero Dawn.
It does, actually. You're right. It's still horrible.
Oh, but the mane unfolds. So it's a scarf,
yes,
really.
that. Yeah.
It's a scarf more than anything.
But anyways, so Raikou got beat out of 71 by 58, and this was oh no, we don't have to listen to 58. 58 was
It was one of the finalists.
Yeah, 58 was a semifinalist. Yeah. So we'll do one more just because we didn't do 58. Here we go. 21, 90 versus 39. This was 90. That's Groudon.
That's a deep roar right there. I know Groudon.
Yep, from Sapphire and Ruby. He was the title Pokemon of Ruby.
The one I got, actually, if I remember correctly.
He's the land guy. So he fights. So Groudon fights Kyogre. Kyogre's the water guy. And so when you play Ruby, the Team Rocket equivalent, whatever they're called,
Team Magma.
is trying to like turn the entire world into land by lowering the sea level. Wants to lower the sea level. And then if you play Sapphire,
They want to raise the sea level.
they want to raise the sea level and start getting rid of the land for Kyogre.
And all you want to do is keep the sea level where it is.
Yeah. All we want to do is just do our gym challenge and we get wrapped up in this entire world
Every
destroying
time.
event.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's gotten so much worse. Wasn't the original Pokemon had nothing like that. There was no weirdness. It was just like, do your
It was
gym.
just Team Rocket.
And then there was
Well, it was
Team
Team
Rocket.
Rocket.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but they were doing nothing. Like, what did Giovanni do? He was just there. He didn't even know who you were when you visited him. It was like, who the hell are you? Get the hell out of my business. But now it's like you're saving the world. It's crazy. Let the catastrophes happen on the side. I just want to be a lowly trainer.
Yeah, keep me out of it. I'm just a 10-year-old. Like,
Yeah, that's the other problem. Putting a lot of pressure on a 10-year-old.
yeah, you got this 10-year-old who's like saving the world from a big team that's summoning this giant armadillo Pokemon or whatever, who's trying to turn the world into an entire landmass. So there you go. So Groudon lost to this one. And that's Landorus.
Wait, which number was it?
This was 39. We've seen one of these guys already, or maybe more than one.
Oh, yeah. Genie.
Yeah, he's one of the Genie Forces of Nature Pokemon, and there's 4 of them. Tornadus, Thundurus, and Enamorus. And then this guy right here. I think we've seen Tornadus. Maybe also Thundurus. So they all look the same. They're on a cloud, and they got their arms crossed, and they got a big tail. And in Landorus's case, his big tail is rocks.
Oh, it's rocks? It doesn't look like rocks at all. Why does it have like red stuff? It looks like a tentacle more than anything.
Oh, maybe logs. It might be a log.
A log of what?
Oh, log.
Log of
It's male only, in case you couldn't tell.
I don't know. It could be a woman.
It says white hair shaped like a log. So that's his hair. His hair is shaped like a log. Has various flat protrusions running its span. Its lower body consists of a trailing cloud with a long curling brown branch or root-like tail.
So it's just a cut up. Like it's a tree, but you cut off the branches.
Exactly. That's what it is. And then it's got its Therian form, which is a dog, which he just goes on to 4 legs. Apparently he has more legs under his cloud, I guess.
What are you hiding under there, Mr. Landorus?
That's right.
I don't know. I think it looks like garbage. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the legendaries we've seen, I think they look like garbage.
I don't think they all look like. I don't know.
I didn't
know
say
if I would
they all look
most
like
of them.
garbage. I stand by
I don't
the
even know
fact.
if I would say most of them. Like tonight. Okay, so today Landorus looked not good, but I liked all the other ones.
All right, maybe not most, but like half, and it's pretty bad for legendaries, which you like desperately want. And
Maybe
you
not
think,
the
like,
Ice Horse. The Ice
Because
Horse
like,
kind of
let me
boring,
go back to the old days. Mewtwo and Mew looked wonderful, and then the legendary birds, I thought they looked spectacular. And then who was it in Gold and Silver? It was Ho-Oh, Lugia. Both looked good. Lugia's not my favorite, but still both looked pretty good.
And the dogs.
The dogs, yeah. Well, some of the dogs were
Yeah,
fine,
see?
but I guess it was just like the first gen was excellent, and then it just went downhill.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I liked the regular Pokemon in Gold and Silver. I did like them. So like the 250 overall were pretty good. But yeah, the legendaries, I don't know, they fell off.
Yeah, like I said, it's hit or miss. How do you pass up, Raji? How do you pass up Calatrix?
No, but that's because, okay, so those ones that nobody ever even knows about because they're either DLC or event Pokemon, yeah, they're fascinating. The one that creates Pokemon from its rings, that's great. But I would never have encountered them, nor would most people, I think.
Who could ever forget Heatran?
No. I know Joel loves Heatran. He's going to hate that I'm going to say it, but I dislike how Heatran looks. Give me Ballhead Magmar any day.
Ballhead Magmar. Okay, well,
Ball
here's the
sack
question.
head Magmar.
Hold on, here's the question. Who's better, Heatran or Landorus?
Oh, that's a really tough one, actually. Damn, okay, let me look at Heatran again. Oh, my God. I don't know. I don't like either of them. I'm sorry. I'm going to shoot myself now.
It's a tie. They both lose.
They both lose, yes. I really just don't like them. I don't know. They just look unappetizing to me.
Why do you judge Pokemon based on if you can eat them.
No, not appetizing in the sense of like, they're not huggable. They're not huggable. They're not.
So the only good legendary is a cute one?
No, because I can hug Mewtwo. I'm fine with that. Zapdos might be a bit prickly.
You can hug these guys. What do you mean? You can hug these guys easily.
Yeah, but I don't
Like
want
Landorus,
to.
Landorus probably will make you feel very safe in his big, strong, woody arms. And he can wrap his tail around you.
What else is he hiding in that cloud of his?
Well, don't worry about that.
I don't know. I feel like Landorus probably is slightly better than Heatran.
Yeah, I would give the edge to Landorus.
Just, but only slightly. Like hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna go back to what I said. If somebody put a gun to my head and said, "You got to pick one of these two to be your Pokemon," I would say, "Shoot me now."
That's extreme.
It's extreme. That's what Ash would do.
Not sure about that, but yeah, fair enough. There you go. We now know what Raji thinks about Landorus and Heatran.
Not good enough to live
two Pokemon
for.
on Earth, if they were the only two Pokemon he had access to, he'd kill himself.
Yep.
Well, on that note, guys, goodbye, arrivederci. So long, perhaps forever if this is the Pokemon world.
They're not getting rid of me.
Well, if Pokemon suddenly spawn into the universe in the next 2 weeks, and
I think we're gonna have way worse problems to deal with. The Pokemon suddenly spawn into the universe.
Yep, we'll need Dr. Manhattan to help us out.
Exactly. Good old blue penis.